Are we live already? Okay. Hi, everybody. I hope you can see us. Hey, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to everybody, wherever you are. I'm Vikas from InstaWP, and today with us we have Joost de Valk from Yoast and Emilia Capital. Hello, Joost. Thanks for
Thanks for
being here.
having me, Vikas. It's so nice to be here.
Yeah, appreciate it. You taking your time today and opening us for the keynote for anyone can WordPress. I think this event is something new for everybody in the WordPress ecosystem and something more fun, like building stuff, which we are all fond of. To get started, I have a little bit of slide deck, and then I will pass it over to you, Yost.
Looking forward to it.
All right. And on the live stream, thanks everybody for joining in. I really appreciate your time today. We already have 40 people tuning in. I hope we'll have more as we progress. So let's get started. Again, welcome everybody to this event. This is the beginning of Anyone Can WordPress, which is kindly sponsored by Automatic and a bunch of other friends, companies from all over the world. So we have Automatic, Stellar, Iterum, VGlob, SEO Press, Cockablock, Foo plugins, Airlift, Imagify, Security, GoDaddy, and BuddyX. Most of these companies, I think, people know already, and we thank them for their sponsorship. This is the world's first WordPress online hackathon, as we would like to call it. Maybe there are more, but we don't know that, right? So, and we have about 20 topics to choose from. We have kept it very simple. Just choose one of the topic and start building. We already have 700 plus teams registered, but it's not late. You can register today. Today is actually the commencement of the building process itself. So just register and start building. I will talk about more on the dates and other logistics at the end of the presentation. A brief history about how we started InstaWP and how it all led to this event. My entry into WordPress was about 5 years ago, where I started building a website for my brother for his shop, as people do always. And then I built an e-commerce shop in PrestaShop. I don't know if you know those. Is that software is very popular in Europe. And then I built a plugin on PrestaShop, and I thought, okay, this is cool. And then slowly discovered WordPress, and then started a plugin and theme shop, bootstrapped to 30 plus member team. And then one day, InstaWP idea came about. So why there is no instant website builder? So that's what InstaWP was all about. You know the history if you're following us. And then eventually we thought, why not do a fun event, which is first online, and fingers crossed, maybe a physical event in years to come. So this is how first chapter begin. And today we have Joost de Valk from Yoast, which I admire, and I think a lot of people actually look up to because you are one of the OGs who have made this possible. That a plugin or somebody who is coming from means we call it like a nobody, right? Means coming from a web developer or any kind of background can make it big. I think that's the journey we can all follow. So with that, I will welcome Yoast to this. We have a small introduction about Yoast. I know Yoast may may think this is a little bit of cheesy, but yeah, here we go. So Joost de Valk is the visionary behind Yoast SEO, one of the most widely used WordPress plugin globally, helping over 13 million websites optimize their SEO ranking. Hailing from the Netherlands, Joost began his journey from a WebKit developer, which is kind of a weird developer. Generally, people become web developer, but WebKit is even more core. So yeah, and quickly becoming an expert in SEO, transforming millions who manage their search optimization on their website. He has been an integral part of WordPress community, driven by deep belief in the power of open source. For Yoast, open source is more than just about software. It's about empowering users, sharing knowledge, and building together. Beyond his incredible success with Yoast SEO, Yoast continues to make an impact in the tech world through Emilia Capital. Those who don't know, uh, he supports early stage startups aligned with his passion for innovation and open source principles. Emilia Capital enables Yoast and his wife Marike to mentor the next generation of digital leaders, helping them grow and create meaningful products in the ecosystem. With Progress Planner, his latest foray into the WordPress plugin market, Yoast is solving real challenges for website owners by offering tools that boost productivity and organization. From his early days as a web developer to his ongoing dedication to making a web a better place, a more accessible space, Yoast's journey is one of the constant innovation. Let's give a warm welcome to Joost de Valk, everybody.
Well, thank you. That wasn't awkward at all, Vikas. No, it
So
never.
sorry about
I'll never get used to that, but it's fine. Thank you for the kind words, and thank you for having me.
that. No problem. Yeah, let me just adjust this one. Yeah, just quickly. Yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, I of all the things you mentioned, I'm a father. I'm married to my lovely wife Marika. I was the founder of Yoast, which we sold in 2021. And then I became an investor together with my wife as well. We invested in many companies. I saw Atarim as one of the sponsors here. Well, they are one of our portfolio companies. I talk to Vito, the founder, almost every week. And we're currently building Progress Planner. You should check it out. I think it's fun. We are having fun building it. I think that's the most important bit. But today, when Vikas asked me to do this, I was like, yes, this is what we need in WordPress. We need fun. We need the fun of building and the fun of really playing with what WordPress can do and what we can do with WordPress. So I think it's good to take you back a bit to where this all started, for me at least. And honestly, this started with me scratching my own itch, literally. I had a website called css3.info, which was all about CSS. I was basically doing things as a WebKit committer. I was helping build new CSS features, and I wanted to show people how they could use these new CSS features on their websites and what that would look like. But I wanted to show them, and I needed these things to be found. So I built small plugins, a plugin called Robots Meta, a plugin called RSS Footer, a plugin for Canonical. And all these things I did, and then at one point decided to merge them into one big plugin called WordPress SEO that later became Yoast SEO. Now, I was like this behind my laptop most of the time, because honestly, I was not a good developer when I started doing this. And I think that it's very important when you look at an event like Anyone Can WordPress that you don't have to be a good developer today. You don't have to know it all. You don't need funding. You don't need backing from anyone. You just need to do it. All you need is the willingness to learn, and learning is super important, but it also requires a kind of humility. And me talking about humility should be very funny. If you know me in person, I'm not normally always the most well, I'm not very good at that, but it needs a kind of humility to learn from everyone, from your own mistakes, from feedback, from everything around you. And you need what the Italians call grinta, which I love. It's grit and dedication, and you need to just go at it. You need to really make sure that you keep going, you learn from your mistakes, and you make the next step. And you're gonna make mistakes, and that's fine, because building product is hard. It is really, really hard. You can only learn by doing it. It's a sort of muscle that you need to flex. You need to train, like, how do people interact with software? How do people use things? I have learned over time that building simple software is probably the hardest thing there is to do. It is harder to build simple software than it is to build a piece of software with tons of features and checkboxes to enable or disable things. It is harder to make it simple and to make the right choices for people. So you have to try, and you'll fail, and failing is fine. As soon as you fail, you try again and you try again. So fail fast. This is something that even the biggest companies in the world still say today. At Meta, if you walk around, one of my best friends works there. You'll still see fail fast posters. They want you to fail because they know that not every experiment is going to succeed, but trying is the only way to getting to success. And there's this open source mantra that has become a mantra for a very important reason. And I want to urge you to, as you go into Anyone Can WordPress this period, to release early and release often. Get feedback as soon as you can. While building Progress Planner, one of the things we did is we actually sent out, my wife wrote them, handwritten cards to a lot of our friends, asking them to try Progress Planner, because they gave us tons of good feedback. That's what you need. You need feedback from people. You need to really learn and to see how people interact with your software, what they think it is when you give it to them without too much instructions, and see where they go and what they do with it. Because a good product isn't just about good code. It's important, but it's not the most important thing. What's even more important is a good user interface. And even more important than that is a good user experience, because in the end, the experience is what really matters. And it should solve an actual user's problem. So find that problem that you want to fix for people. It can be your problem. That's absolutely fine. In fact, in most cases, I think it's one of the reasons why people build great software is when they solve their own itch, when they solve a problem that they really feel is very important. But don't go too far in it. Don't become dogmatic. Check with everyone, like, is this really a problem that I should be fixing? And of course, I can make jokes about the best time to start would have been 15 years ago. But honestly, in the WordPress world, the best time to start is now. You can't start yesterday, but you can start now. And there's a lot of opportunity. We've gotten Gutenberg the last few years. We have a new block editor and a new full site editor. And there's tons of opportunity there. And I'm actually surprised by how few people are actually interacting with all those new opportunities. You can create blocks, patterns, new types of themes, or whatever you can come up with. I think there's a huge opportunity out there to build new, fun stuff. Because what you have to realize is that even today, new people are coming online, new companies are coming online. If you walk around in any major city around the world, you'll still encounter shops, restaurants, etc., that don't have websites yet. They are still only now coming online. So new websites are built every hour of every day. And for all of us, what we can do is we can make building those websites easier. We can make building those websites faster to do. We can make all of it more fun, and we can help all those people build better websites. And if you contribute a tiny bit to that, then that can be very worthwhile and a lot of fun to do. So I'm not going to keep you very long because I actually want to get you building, but you have to get started today. So learn WordPress. Learn that WordPress.org has actually come a great step in the last few years. The team there has been doing great work. There are incredible courses on pretty much anything you want to learn about how to use WordPress, but also about how to develop for WordPress. And you can also go to web.dev. This is mostly run by the Google team, and they are explaining all the new web standards. And honestly, for people on the web, we should really be reading all of this all the time, and most people don't. Because there are new web standards coming out every day, and we don't take enough advantage of that. There is so much cool new stuff that you can do and use. And I really think that if you combine these two, that you can do amazing things. So I look forward to what you all come up with and what you start building. I will follow along in the competition. I will definitely look at the winners and see like, hey, what can we do with this? What can we learn from this? And how can we maybe apply this to the wider world? And with that, I just want to say, get going, start building. And thank you for listening.
That was so cool. Thanks, Joost.
My pleasure.
Start building today. Yeah, that was so insightful, and I think that gives that boost of energy which people need to start this event. A lot of people have tuned in. Thanks everybody for joining. We have about 186 viewers watching now online. Yeah,
I hope I didn't disappoint.
No, that was lovely.
And I hope that they get the. I think the most important message that you can learn from all of this is to A, start doing, and B, keep it simple, and that's super hard.
Keep it simple. Yeah, somebody said, Elliot said simple is hard in the comments. So I think that's the
right comment. It is really it's funny also because people a certain group of users will always ask for more toggles for everything.
Exactly.
It's not always the right decision.
Exactly. So Tom says very inspirational. Thank you. And thanks, Tom, and Halimat, Marco, Elliot, everybody tuning in. So I have just few last logistics to add to the event. So I'll just quickly go to the slide. Just give me a moment. Yeah. So we have 5 jury members who will be judging the final shortlisted entries, and I will talk about that really quickly. So we have Kevin, Miriam, Jamie Marshland, and Amika and Davinder. I don't think any one of these needs an introduction. So looking forward to the demo day. We have a lot of media partners who are working to spread the word. So thanks to our media partners. The prize pool is about $10,000 in cash plus credits from our partners and ourselves. First is the $3,000 cash prize and $1,500 and then $500 third place. I think third place will be more than just one person. So you will get more details on the website. So what are the next steps? So register yourself as a team, or you can be your own team. Anyone can WP.com. You need a free InstaWP account, but you will get temp access to paid features, so you don't need to buy anything. Choose a topic from /topics, and we have 20 topics. We will be linking the details of each topic, I think, in an hour or so. The last day to submit a project is 26th October. That is 15 days from today, 2 weeks. Voting begins on middle of this 15 days. So after 7 days from now, the voting will be live, and you will be judged by public on 6 different parameters: design, maintainability, ease of use, responsiveness, performance, and accessibility. I think these are really important in the new era of where we are going of website. The shortlisted entries will be presenting a 2-minute live video in front of our jury member on the demo day. The roadmap can be seen on the website, and then you will get constant updates through email and through social. So don't forget to follow us, and don't forget to tweet. I cannot say just to X, right? So don't forget to tweet. And if you want to join our Discord to do live communication, live chatting with other participants, just scan this QR code and you will be inside the Discord community in no time. And we will be posting all of these. This will be recorded in YouTube and also in Yoast's personal Twitter account. You can always watch the recording at any point. So yeah, so that's it from my side. And just to close it off, Joost, do we have any questions? There is one question from Elliot which says, who says that it's hard to ask people to give feedback. Do you incentivize feedback? How do you incentivize feedback?
Yeah, it is hard. And so what we did was, and you can't copy that because we already did it, so it's no longer original. But we wrote a handwritten card to, well, quite a few people. I don't want to say how many because they won't feel as special anymore. And we sent them a small erasable to-do list. So it's a very offline thing. But it is I think it's the gesture that people appreciate most, and at that point, a lot of them and actually did give feedback, and of course these were all relations of us that were already happy to give feedback. So I would start there.
Yeah.
Start with your friends, start with people you already like, and ask them to be honest and tell you, like, what can you do with this? Do you feel that this is something you would use? And then try and release something to the public and see if you can get real user feedback. Because in the end, the harsh words of someone anonymous out there on the internet telling you what is wrong with the software where you just wrote is a bit painful in the beginning, but it is
100%.
very good to learn that and to hear all that. So I would definitely just, I don't think that means that you have to incentivize it. I think if you're giving away something for free, then a portion of those people that will start using it is already happy to give feedback.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think even when I give advice, I say just talk to your customers. That's it. And if you are open to feedback, people will will give feedback. And if you are not, and if you just say, okay, I don't want to listen to you anymore, and then people will not give feedback.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's up to you how thick of a skin you are about the feedback, and then accepting that feedback, which will help you in the long run. So as you said, in the beginning, it is a little bit challenging. So that's
It
very
might
wise.
be, and yeah, people aren't always nice, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But that's also something that you'll deal with.
And you're not looking for nice, you're looking for blunt feedback about your software. That's how you improve.
Yeah. And what Nilo is saying in the chat is if friends and families are not honest by default, you have to tell them it's someone else's project. You've got a better family than I have.
Right.
No,
It's very cultural thing,
honestly,
right?
people will ask those that you think will actually give you honest feedback, and it's up
Yeah.
to you to figure out who those people are.
Yeah, speaking about feedback, so people, once you log into your AnyoneCanWP dashboard, you will get a link to your profile once, and then you can put your banners, you can put your profile pics, and once you are live, you can share the link with your family, friends, and everybody on social, so that people will upvote you on various parameters, so that you get feedback. Right? Speaking about feedback. Yeah, so with that, this is the beginning of a new chapter in, hopefully, for a very, very long time.
I hope so
Anyone?
too. I think it's an amazing new format, and I'm looking forward to what comes out of it.
All right. So thanks everybody for attending, and thanks yours for your kind time today. Really, really appreciate it from everybody at InstaWP and everybody who is online. I believe everybody has learned a new thing today. So everybody, thanks for being on the chat, on the live stream. And if you need any help, reach out to Anyone Can WordPress. Hello at anyonecanwordpress.com. And we'll be able to help you. Thanks, Joost.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Good luck
Bye-bye.
building.